In this video I'm going to talk about how you can build a real world Django project or website. Okay, that everything that you have to know in Django web development, I will cover many things of it. So I created a Django project YouTube folder here, and I'm going there. And by the way, I'm using git bash. Okay, so this is actually my git bash UI here. So we are on the root directory of Django project YouTube. Here I'm going to create a Django project. So by the way, we can use any other command shell or like Windows PowerShell or anything or command prompt, but I'm using git bash here. And going to the option, because I want to make the text a little bigger so that you can see it perfectly. Make it 14. Okay, apply, save. So it's perfect. So here I will write Django-admin start project and give it your project name. Suppose I'm going to name it name, which is product management. Okay, give enter, and your project product management product is created. Now all you have to do is close this and click on it and open it in VS Code. Okay, open in VS Code. So go to the terminal, new terminal. So as you can see, our root directory is Django project YouTube / product management. In the product management, it is our main project of our Django, and the manage.py file is the main configuration file that I'm going to use to make any Django application in any other and run Django server. All of those things would be covered in manage.py file, and product management is our main root project name. Okay, and it has a settings.py file that have a lot of things like what are the installed app that you have. When you install any Django app, you need to add it here, like Django contrib admin, authorization, session, messages, static files. All the things are installed in this Django application in general. Okay, Django project in general. Now in this place you have your main backends or your database creation and all of those things. Like here you have your database configuration file that you need to configure, and in many other things. Okay, here is your static root. Okay, static, you will cover all of those things when you go on to the project in detail. Here also we have urls.py file where you have the all those things that your module you need, like Django urls, you need to import path and many other things that you have, like contrib, import admin, url pattern. So when you go to the Django /admin, you will go to this admin panel. Okay, so all the thing root urls are there. This is actually the project level root urls.py file. Okay, so now I'm going to create an app in Django. So now I'm going to open the Django server, python manage.py. This is how your interview question will ask, how can you run your Django server? It is python manage.py run server. Okay, when I click on this localhost, you'll see the Django install successfully completed. Now what I'm going to do is create a Django app. So press Ctrl C to exit out all of those things and set clear. Create an app inside our product management, okay, project. So in this, because the product management project of Django project has a lot of apps that you can add. Okay, now I'm going to create my own app, which is python manage.py file start app. I'm gonna name this app products. Okay, so our main app is created, which is products. So this is actually our product management application. So it has a lot of file, like models file. Here I'll create the models. It has an app folder, it has an admin panel that you can customize. It has a view function, view.py file, and it has all the things that you need. Okay, so this is our main thing. So first we have to do what we have to do. We have to create an model. Okay, at the first we have to add our main app to our main root project settings.py file. Okay, so we have to go to the main product/apps.py file. Here our name is products config. Okay, our app name is products. So we need to go to the main settings.py file and add our apps there. So here I will write products.apps.productsconfig. Okay, this is our main app file, and let's run server python manage.py run server. Click on it. See, it's working fine. So you need to add products, which is our app name products.apps.productconfig. Product config is this one. Okay, product config, which you'll find from apps.py file. So it's done. Now I have to add a urls.py file. So click on it, which is urls.py file. This is our app label urls.py file. Okay, let me comment out all of those things, and you can use shift and triple tick to comment out all those things, because we're gonna need all of those things later, but not now. Okay, and first go to the models.py file so that we can create our main model and add all our main products from the database in the admin panel. Okay, so let's do it. So first we need to write plus product models.model. Now this is our main apps name, which is our products. Okay, our products. So you have to create your model using that kind of name. Your naming convention like this: class product. It will have an attribute of name, which is models.character field. It takes max length. It has max length attribute, which is like 200, and null is equals to false because it is required, and blank equals false because you cannot set it to blank. You must have to add this name, okay, in the database. Then what you have to do, you have to add price, which is actually models.integer field, models.decimal field. You can use integer field as well, but I'm going to use decimal field, okay, because it has of attribute of max digit. Suppose max digit is 5 and decimal places of 2, like $450 price 0.45, and this 0.45, the 2 digit after this point, is actually our decimal places. Okay, so this is our price field. And next one is description. This is actually models dot text field. Okay, so you don't need any attribute here instead of the text field. So we have name, price, description. So by the way, this model is actually the representation of our actual database table. Okay, so name, price, description is published. This field is not needed, but I'm going to show you how to use Boolean field. And default is actually true. It is published. And okay, so default is actually true, published. And then because it published, you can query any product which is published or not. In that case, you might want it. Okay, so Boolean field is important. For description, I'm using text field. For price, I'm using decimal field, and the name I'm using character field. And then one more field I want to show, which is created underscore add, which is models dot datetime field default is equals to datetime dot now. So we need to import datetime from datetime import datetime. So this is actually how you import something from the Django, and this is very important. So you need to use default is equal to datetime dot now. Okay, and blank is equals to true. So if you don't add this, it will also work. Okay, it means that if you select blank is equals to false, then you must have to add this field, okay, when you are going to input any information from the form. So I'm set it to true so that it is not required always. Okay, so it will select any date time when it is created. It is also selecting a publish, which is boolean field, date time field, text field. When you use, if you use email, okay, then you use models dot email field. It has a description and it is published or not, a boolean field, and created that. So these are the main model. So one more thing I'm to add, which is def __ str self return self dot name. Now you won't understand what the meaning of it. First, it will return the name of our product name in the admin panel. When we are going to add some product in the admin panel, there you will see a product is added based on its name. Okay, it will present that thing. So I'm going to show you everything in the admin panel, why I wrote this kind of line. So this is a dunder method of a string. It will return a string of the name of any object. So actually name, price, description are all the object, but when you return any name, it will show the actual name that you have put in the admin panel. So save it. Our models creation is done. Now we need to add it to the admin panel, actually this model. So we're going to the admin.py file here. Here I'm going to import from .models import. We are importing this models.py file, okay, in the admin. So we need to .models import our model, which is product. Now we need to write admin.site.register. We need to register our product model. Okay, so it's registered, and now we're gonna use our main database. The default it is db.sqlite, but SQLite is not good. We are going to use MySQL database as our main project. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to use XAMPP for it first. So this is our XAMPP. This is our XAMPP control panel. Just click start, the Apache server and the MySQL server. Okay, what I did there is start our Apache server and MySQL server as well, which is the XAMPP control panel. So you must have to install the XAMPP and go to the URL and write localhost/phpMyAdmin and click enter, and here you see our main database of MySQL. So when you create a new database, just give it any name, which is Django _ product db, Django _ product db, which is Django database. Just select collection and create it. So remember, we're gonna need this, okay, and we need to add all of this information in the settings.py file in the database section. It is currently using SQLite, but we are not gonna use it. Okay, we're gonna use another one. So I'm going to another recent project of mine, which is suppose photo gallery application, and here I'm going to use its file, which is this thing, this file. Just copy all of those things, and here I'm gonna use all of those things. So delete all of those things and add this database configuration. Default engine name is backend.mysql. So remember that for using MySQL, you need to use pip install MySQL client. Okay, pip install MySQL client. You must have to install that. So I already have it. That's why it is written requirement already satisfied. You must have to install this module pip install MySQL client so that you can connect with Django project to MySQL. Okay, so this is very important. So the first step is going to the XAMPP and stop the server, start the server and create a Django database name, which is Django product _ db. Create all of those things and is done. Just then add all those file information like engine name, your back data MySQL, it's your database name, which is Django _ product _ db. Okay, this is our Django product database name, which is coming from this Django product database name. Okay, and then user is root, there is no password, and host and port 3306. This port is coming from this XAMPP. Okay, 3306. So save this setting file and go to the models, and here just clear all of those things. Now two commands are very important. Python manage.py make migrations. Okay, so this command and Python manage.py migrate, these two commands are very important even in interview questions. Python manage.py make migrations and migrate. So I will come about it later. I will come to it later. So first we need to add an image. So I forgot to add an image here, product image, which is models dot image field null is equals to false. So you must have to use the image. If you want to post request, you must have to use an image so that you can upload into the database. It is must required. Okay, then blank is equals to false. You cannot set it to blank. You must have to add an image to this product. So image, name, price, description is published, created. All the things would be added to our main database information. So database will contain an image of that product, name of that product, price of that product, description of that product, published and created that. All those information are needed. Okay, save it, and you're gonna write Python manage.py make migrations. Okay, so make migrations commands actually create our model that is suitable to add to our main database table. Okay, so it is preparing our model to send it to the database. So click enter and see it has created a model called product. And when you go to the migration file, just 001 initial.py file, you see all the things that we have covered here, image, name, price, description, all of those things is added here. It is also selected an ID for each product. Okay, so it is unique. So primary is true, and it has an image file and name, price, description, published, created, at all of the things that you need. It created a model. Now as you selected an image, okay, so as we are working with image file, we need to upload the image to somewhere. So we need to tell our Django project that we're gonna upload the image to somewhere. So that's why we need a static file content. So create a new folder in the root directory and name it static. Okay, in the static we will create another folder called images. Okay, so it will contain all of our images. Now in the settings.py file we need to use that thing. Our main static URL is this one, /static. It means that in the root directory we're gonna go the static file. Okay, the picture will go, the image will go to the static directory, and we're gonna see it, the media URL is actually /images. This is actually our image URL, and slash, let me keep one more slash, and our media underscore root. Media underscore root is os.path.join base directory, and it will go to the static /images, and static is this static, and it will go to the images file. Okay, and we will upload all the images to this static when we select any images from the browser, from the computer. Okay, so that's why it is the media root, os.path.join. In the base directory we're going to go the static and then images folder. Okay, so our media root is images and our media URL is images, and root is this path. Then we also need a static root, static underscore root, which is os.path.join base directory static name it perfectly, static files. Okay, so all your static content will go to the static files, and we will also write static underscore dirs is equals to os.path.join base directory static. So this is our static directory. Okay, static directory, static files. This is actually static files underscore dirs directory. So it will go to the static. Okay, so media root, media URL is selected, and static root is also selected, so it will create a static file as well. Okay, so all of those things are super important when you work with any media or image file. And to work with image file, you need to use pip install pillow. Okay, pip install pillow, so that you Django work with image file or image document with pillow. So it is already satisfied, so we don't need to install pillow anymore. So by the way, if you want to know more about Django, these models, just to write models. Okay, and it will show you all the things that you need. Models, you can understand many things about models here, like how to write it and how to set up it. Like this, you have an artist name and release date, number of stars, all of the, if you want to know about many things of how to create a model in Django and understand deeply about it, you just go there. And here you will see lots of field type, like image field. Okay, image field, relationship, and all of those things that you need, like character field, date field, integer field, all the things are properly written there, so you can understand a lot of things briefly. So now we're gonna go to the, just save the file and go to urls.py file. I need to go to the main project level urls.py file and add those two commands, which is django.conf import settings. Okay, then you need to import from django.conf urls.static import static. You need to import the static and settings inside the urls.py file, and then you need to add plus static settings dot media URL, then document root would be settings dot media root. So these two lines are very important. You have to import your settings and your static from static. Now to add more thing is important, which is we need to add all the fields of our model fields inside the database. We need to add all of those things. So for that we need to run python manage.py make migrations, and then we already wrote that, so we need to write it migrate, python manage.py migrate. Information of our database model is going to the our main MySQL database. So it is creating actually our table of product with an image field, name, price, description is published and created at all of those fields. So it is created. Okay, so clear all of those things. When we go to the our database here and save it and refresh it, as you can see all the information. See, it is Django product underscore db, this database name. We have Django product db, and go to the products table. Here we have ID, image, name, price, description is published, created at all the field that we specified here, which is actually our let's go to migration here. So all the thing ID, image, name, price, description is all the thing is added to our MySQL database table as a table. So this is the main thing. Just write migrations and migrate command. So those are the two important things. And in interview question also this is super important. So it is done, and our admin panel is done. We registered our product model and created our model and registered it. Now we can add product, I think. So for that we need to create a super user so that we can add all the information of this product inside the database from the admin panel. So I need to write python manage.py create super user and give it any name as you like, email, password, and select Y. You see, your super user created successfully. Now clear this out. Now we're gonna write python manage.py run server. This server is running, and let's go there. So here if we go to this /admin, write your username and your password, login. As you can see, your products, this is actually app name products, and you can add your product here. You have image field, name field. So in the image, it's an Apple iPhone, just add those images and its name is added there, and Apple iPhone 10, suppose $999.99. okay, and this is 5 digit. We can hold maximum 5 digit and dot 2 decimal places, .99. okay, so this is the main thing, and description is awesome. okay, so this is the description. So it's published is equals to true, checked in, and created today, date time field is also fine, and save it. And I'm gonna add another one, which is a desktop. okay, which is desktop Intel desktop PCs, gaming PCs. Its price would be $99, and desktop gaming PC by Intel is published true, and add another one, which is a monitor. Price is $500.99. this is Asus gaming monitor 144 Hertz. okay, and published is equal to true. Save it. So see, its name is coming, only its name is Asus gaming laptop, that's why it's showing there. And when it's going to the Intel desktop PCs, it's only show the name of it, because in the model field we just return it as on the self dot name as a dunder method. This is actually a dunder string, it will return a string of that object. This is actually an object, this name is actually object, and it is converting into the name and returning into our admin panel is showing there. Now you can delete all of those things, you can modify those things, you can add more product to it from the admin panel. So you have a complete CRUD operation in Django. That's why it's so awesome. You can delete all of those things, and you can also update those things as well. So all of your CRUD functionality is done here, right? Now what we have to do, we have to render it into our Django project, product management project. Then we will extend our project by adding more functionality. So these are the main things that I want to show you, how to add all of your models, create all of your models, and how you add the models to your Django project and create an uls.py file. And in the setting panel, how to use static file, static directories, static root, media root, how we use all of those things. And see, in the static images file, all of the images are coming, and its root is static /images, which is our media root, and media root is /images see your images folder, all of our images are holding there. And for that you need to go to the uls.py file of main project and add your static content, which is settings.media URL, and document root would be settings.media root. And when you add there, okay, from the settings, everything you can work with your image file, and make sure the pillow is installed, pillow library you need if you want to use that image file. So we work with image file, name, image, decimal field, description text field, and boolean field, and date time field as well. Okay, so and we also configured our admin file, created super user, and we learned about migrations, database migrations, as well as how to use migrate and make our own models. Okay, and when you upload this information into the database, you can see it when you refresh it. As you can see, all of our information is added. This is our image, this is our name, price, description is published. When it is published, true is equals to 1. Okay, when it is published is equals to false, it is 0, because Asus gaming laptop is actually the ID of 4. It is not published. Okay, I set it to false, and it is date time is also there, as you can see when we added. So all the information is saved on the database from this Django project. So in the next part, I'm going to show you how you can use model form to add product information from the forms, Django forms, and as well as how you can import all of our information and show all of your information in the HTML page and render it dynamically from the database. And I'm going to show you everything there, how you can do this. So in the next part, I'm going to show all of those things. So till then, wait for the next video to come, and it is coming very shortly. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be coming within the next video.